Okay, here we are, you guys, and the big question is, what is Otherhood? What is Otherhood? Oh boy. Otherhood is literally parenthood that you don't know how to do. It's a parenting style that is elusive, nobody taught you, and it just went from being a parent to boom, you have adult children and you don't know how to parent them. That, my friends, is Otherhood. So yes, I'm being playful in that it is difficult to be a parent to adult children, but I've learned some things along the way and I want to share those things with you because I think it can help you to go through this process a little bit smoother. And having made a bunch of mistakes, I want to help you guys so that you can have more of an effortless journey from parenthood, crossing over into Otherhood, and doing it with the least amount of pain and suffering for you and for your adult children. Let's get into what is this class really about. We're going to talk about the dangers of entitlement thinking and expectations. We're going to talk about how to stop trying to save your kids. We think it's a great thing. We wish we would have had that support, but it's not being received the same as we would because we are different. We have different experiences growing up than they had, so they're not going to register certain things the same as us. I'm going to talk about the machine parent and the magical parent, how you've been parenting and why you've been parenting that way. We're going to talk about something really important here, which is parental concepts and hierarchies. These are old school trainings that I can guarantee you are causing conflict in your relationship with your kids. And I break that down and I share my experiences on how I was thinking with these concepts and what I began to do to break them down. I'm going to talk about troubled relationships and doing all that you can do and giving you some tips on what you can do to begin to have a better relationship with your children. And there are some steps. We're going to talk about the active listening in a whole other way because we've been trained as a parent for so long. There's a different way to actually listen to your adult children that is much more respectful and in alignment with how they want to be respected as adults. Doesn't mean they don't want you to be their parent, but there's a very specific thing you need to do to open them up to hearing all the good stuff. And then another really important thing that we're going to talk about is how to take the time that you have now to invest in yourself, to give love to yourself, to be on this journey of self-discovery, and to take this time that we might be registering as isolation or troubled and actually turn this into time where we can finally explore ourselves because we're no longer having to parent young children, that we could actually enter into this new phase of self-discovery for ourselves, which can blossom into self-love. It can give us more time to unpack the next layer of training and teaching for ourselves and on our spiritual journey. And then the final thing that we're going to talk about is after we've done all these things, after we have really looked at ourselves and we've implemented all of these things that I talk about, and if you still are not able to resolve conflict with your children, the act of holding a loving space for the time that they can actually receive it. And so all of these things are incorporated in this class, and this class is really a master class from all my mistakes in how I was able to bridge a relationship back with my children, and how some of the relationships are still troubled, and how I move on through that, how I get through being a parent in this new phase of my life, dealing with conflict and dealing with resolution. I hope that you gain a lot from this class. If you have experienced any kind of trouble in your relationship with your kids, as your kids have grown up and out of the house and now they could be in their 20s, even 30s, and you're still having conflict with your children, this could be a really good class for you to take in to learn from another mother's perspective, another parent's perspective, and see if there's anything in what I'm going to tell you that could help you make some minor changes to then bridge a gap with your own children in a conflicted relationship that you may have currently, and change that into something where you can begin to bridge that gap and have a loving relationship again. So I hope you enjoy this class. I'll see you there. Bye.